Hi everybody, welcome to another tutorial by Creations by Myra. In this tutorial I will show you how to make this fluffy center. And the most important part about this process is that you don't need a cutting machine. So let's go ahead and get started. What you will need are 2 pieces of cardstock paper. For example, this one will be 7 inches by 10.5 or 11. So depending how big you want your center, you can use the whole sheet of paper, or you can just go ahead and make it smaller. You will also need a paper trimmer that you can find at your local craft store like Michael's, Joann, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, or you can also find it online. Just type in paper trimmer and you will find a variety of brands. So once again, for this one we want to measure it 7 inches, and we're just gonna go ahead and do 7 by 11. Now you want to leave some space from the top and bottom. Maybe I want to say about 1 inch, and this will serve as your guide so that you'll know how far to cut once you're making your lines for your fluffy center. So again, it's about 1 inch. You always want to leave some space so that once you can glue it, it will be an easy process. So go ahead and mark your measurements. Now here's another way that you can make the lines without using a cutting machine. You do the same process. Get your piece of paper, depending how big or how small you want it. Go ahead and make your measurements, and then you're gonna need a cutting mat, or you can also use cardboard paper cardboard, just so that you don't scratch your table or whatever surface you're working on. So if you're gonna use cardboard, just go ahead and place your paper on top of the cardboard, and then you can go ahead and grab your ruler and start making little lines from where you mark your paper. From the 2 pencil marks, that's how far you're going to make the cut. So for example, if you're going to use an x-acto knife, you can just go ahead and start making the lines like so. And you can always manipulate how thick or how thin you want your lines, but that would take you a long time and it's a little painful. So this way, with the paper trimmer, would actually be much easier and much faster. So this paper trimmer right here that is made by Cricut has a grid, and every little square measures about 1/4 inch. Now the lines, I want to go ahead and make them thin, so I'm going to place the paper in between the spaces of the square, so that would be about 1/8 inch. You can make your cuts thin or you can make them thick, depending what type of look you're going for. In this case, we're gonna go ahead and do thin. So I'm gonna go ahead and align my paper. As you can see right here, there's a little square already. I'm gonna place it halfway. Now I'm going to bring the blade right where I marked the paper and bring it and end it where I marked the paper at the bottom, like so. And then I'll just move over my paper and I will do this process to the whole paper. So it would take a little time, but it is much faster than using an x-acto knife, and this is a great option if you don't use or have a cutting machine. That way, when you make your loopy centers, you don't have a creased line on top of it. So right here, I went ahead and did about 75% of the paper, And so once you glue it, you're going to bring it over and you can see the cut that it's real thin. For this one right here, I did use my Cricut machine. It's also thin, but as you can see, it gives you just about the same look as if you were to use a paper trimmer or an x-acto knife. It's the same result. So now, once you have made your lines, you're going to go ahead and glue your center. So you're going to bring one flap over the other, like so. So make sure that you're using any type of glue that it's adhesive enough. In this case, I'm using a high temp glue gun. And because I want to make the center really fluffy, I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 layers. Meaning 2 pieces of paper or 2 cutouts. And as you can see right here, there's no crease at the top, and you will get the same result as if you were to use the cutouts made with a paper trimmer. Let me just go ahead and cut the excess right here just to show you what it would look like. So this right here was made with a paper trimmer. Once again, it's the exact same result. So now to start assembling your center, I normally like to use something round like a pencil or a pen or a crayon pencil. So I'm going to wrap it around it, like so. And then once I have formed a little base, I can go ahead and start gluing as I roll. And this is all you do from now on. Just begin rolling and rolling. You can remove your pencil or your pen and just keep adding glue as you roll. And that's what your center will start to look like. And then you can just go ahead and add the second layer or the second cutout around the first one. So the more layers you add, the bigger, the fluffier your center will be. So you don't have to add 2 layers, it's completely optional. It just really depends the look that you're going for and how big your flower is. So once you finish rolling it, this is what it would look like. And you're going to give it a semi-fluff with the palm of your hand. Just kind of push it back. Start from the outside. And as you work your way towards the center, do a very, very gentle fluff. You don't want to fluff it out all the way. And there you have it. That's what your center will look like. And then once you have made your flower, you can go ahead and add your center to it. And there you have it. That's exactly the same center that we just did. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Once again, all you will need is a paper trimmer and cardstock paper and a glue gun.